Most people view personal history as an anchor. We assume our beginnings dictate the boundaries of our potential. We look at family lines or cultural backgrounds as rigid foundations that keep us steady. This perspective suggests that who we are is a result of where we started. We often feel compelled to honor these origins by staying within the paths laid out by those before us. Yet, this view might misinterpret the true purpose of our deepest connections. What if our origins exist to provide energy for movement instead of keeping us locked in place? Roots are like a vascular network in a lung because they exist to facilitate constant exchange with the environment. Biological structures beneath the surface do not exist to keep an organism stagnant. They gather nutrients from the soil to push new growth upward and outward. This process creates a fractal expansion that reaches further into the surrounding space over time. When we observe plants, we see that the reach of the root system mirrors the reach of the canopy. The depth of the underground network dictates how much air the organism can inhabit. This means the past provides the raw material for future development. Growth occurs when we utilize the resources of our history to fuel our current interactions with the world. By shifting focus from preservation to expansion, we allow our personal development to mimic natural growth patterns. Each new branch or leaf relies on the structural support provided by the underlying system. This system remains dynamic, constantly processing new elements to sustain the expansion of the organism into the future. Consider an individual who spends years trying to replicate the professional path of their ancestors. They feel a duty to maintain a specific family trade or cultural standard. This person experiences conflict when their personal interests diverge from these inherited expectations. They worry that choosing a different direction might sever their connection to their heritage. However, imagine if they viewed their background as a toolkit instead of a blueprint. They could take the lessons learned from their upbringing and apply them to an entirely new field. The skills gained from their family history become the foundation for their own original work. They no longer feel tethered to a static role. Instead, they use the stability provided by their past to take risks in their career. Their actions demonstrate that honoring one's history involves building upon it instead of repeating it. By expanding into new areas, they actually strengthen the overall reach of their family legacy. This approach transforms their life from a closed loop into an open, growing system. I find the traditional obsession with ancestry to be a limiting habit. We often treat our origins as a museum piece that requires protection. This habit makes us fear change because we equate novelty with the loss of our identity. My take is that we should define ourselves by our trajectory instead of our starting point. When we stop trying to preserve a static version of our past, we gain the freedom to explore our true potential. This shift in mindset allows us to see our history as a source of kinetic energy. We can use the lessons of our upbringing to propel ourselves toward goals that were previously unimaginable. It is not about forgetting where we came from, but about acknowledging that the past serves the present. I suspect that many people feel stuck because they believe their identity is a fixed object. If we accept that we are constantly evolving, we can stop worrying about maintaining a specific image. We become participants in a larger process of growth that includes our history but is not defined by it. How can we reorient our daily habits to prioritize future development over historical maintenance? We often mistake the foundation for the final structure. If we view our beginnings as a platform for movement, we change the trajectory of our lives. We are not meant to remain stationary in the place where we started. Our history provides the necessary resources to reach into unknown areas. Perhaps the most important question is how we choose to direct this energy today. What new territory will you explore using the strength that your past